Hi, welcome to Heat. I'm Paula, this is Cherie, we have Julia, and today we're going for hot legs. You know, a recent survey has revealed that more than 70% of people are not happy with the way their legs look. There's a whole list of reasons they don't like their legs. They're too short, they're too long, they're too fat, they're too thin, they've got cellulite, they haven't got enough muscle. Well, if you're one of that 70%, let's do something about it. Today we're really going to work the legs. You guys ready? You're not in that 70%, are you? No, of course not. We're going to start out, first of all, before we really do some intense work for our thighs, we need to make sure that we're well and truly warm. So we're going to do some low impact exercises just to get your heart rate up a little bit and get your blood flowing a little more quickly down into these large muscle groups of the thighs. So let's start, girls, with a step touch, just stepping out to the side and over to the other side. Nice and light. A simple movement that anyone can do. That's great. As you start to feel that you're, getting used to this movement, you're comfortable, you can start to step it out just that little bit wider and a little bit deeper as well, so that you're almost simulating a squat action. Turning your knees out to the sides and making sure that your knees follow the line of your feet, so that if your feet are turned out slightly, and they should be, and so also are your knees. That's it, girls, just nice and slow into that step touch. And because they're moving their arms, they're already starting to feel their heart rates go up. You could do a push-pull. You could do this. Is this a monkey, Cherie? You're our dancer. Is that the monkey? You could do anything you like. Be creative, so long as you're moving. I want you to bring your legs together, girls. Give me a march on the spot. Nice. Now we're going to just step it out to the side again. This time a little more slowly. To the side and then to the other side. Squat and pick it up and push it in. I think we need some arms. Julia, show us your muscles. Great. Stepping it out. Bit of a flex at the top. Good. So these are squats, and we will be doing squats in just a little while. But this is a warm-up squat. Because we're alternating sides, we're not overimposing those muscle groups just yet. Bring your legs together, girls. Let's march again. And I want you to march forward and back. We call this one an easy walk. And I like to say this is the walk you do when you haven't gotten anywhere to go. Forward and back. Now, if you could step it out a little bit wider, good. And you can start to simulate that squat action again, bending at the knees, squatting down. That's perfect. Keeping the arms moving, keeping the heart rate up, making sure that we're really getting adequate blood flow down to those large muscle groups of the legs, and therefore adequate oxygen supply. March in place, and let's head off on the other leg. We've still got nowhere to go, girls, but we're going to work hard while we're getting there. Squat low and back together. Great. A few more on this side. You getting warm? Heart rate going up? That's what we want. All right, let's do some repeater knees. I want you to step onto your right leg and just give me a left knee raise over and over, pumping your arms and lifting your knee up. Great. Now it's funny, even though Cherie's using her left leg, tell me, are you starting to feel it in your right leg? Because the right leg is stabilizing the movement. It's what's keeping you balanced and keeping you firmly in place. So even though it's the left leg doing the action, it's the right leg that's getting the workout. Let's switch over to the other side. Ready? Good. So now it is the left leg that's getting that workout. Whether you're on the left or on the right at home, doesn't matter. So long as you're getting your knees pumping and you're really starting to feel it. Great. Turning around to face the front, just give me a knee lift, one knee and then the other. Alternate knee lifts. Reach and pull, making sure as you're bringing your knee up that you're not collapsing with your upper body. Keeping your shoulders back and your chest up. How's your balance, girls? How's your balance at home? Grab your knee. I'd like you to pull it in tight to your chest. Give it a hug. Let's do the other side. Ready? Reach and pull it up. Whoa. Get your balance. And place that one down. A quadricep stretch. Bring your heel into your bottom and pull it tight. Press your hip forward. Great. These are the muscles we're going to be working out in just a moment, so we need to stretch them. Other side. A good stretch. I hope you're balanced. Focus on one point in your living room and you won't wobble. You're stretched, you're warm, you're ready to go. Part 2, we're going to be doing some squats. We'll see you after the break. We're going for hot legs today, and unfortunately there's no easy way to do it. You've got to work. So we're ready to work. I hope you're ready to work at home too. Okay girls, let's get our feet position right and our bodies correctly positioned before we even start with our squats. So feet just below your hips and turn your toes out just a little bit wider. That's great. All right, tummy's tight, shoulders back, chest out, your stomach muscles all locked on. That's where we want to start from. Now, keeping all those things in mind, it's a lot to think about, really. I want you to take it down slow. Push your bottom out and lift up. Now, don't go down too low. Push your bottom out and lift up. It's important that you keep your heels on the ground. That's what is going to stabilize your movement and keep you well balanced. What happens frequently when people start squatting is they start to lift their heels up and they throw all the weight forward into their knees. Let's have a look how that looks. Julia's coming forward now and she's lifting her heels. Do you feel balanced, Julia? No. Well, try now keeping your heels down and push your bottom back. See, that's much better. She's no longer having all that weight thrust forward into her knee joints and she's much more stable. So that looks a lot better. If you're not sure how low you should be going with your squat, I want you to visualize that you've been blindfolded, Cherie. Okay, somebody's put a blindfold on you and they're asking you to take a seat. Now you're going to be a little bit tentative about that, aren't you? And you're going to think, where's the chair? Where's the chair? You'll go down slowly, and when your bottom touches that chair, that's when you would finally sit down. But of course, in this case, that's when we're going to stand up. So look for the chair, the invisible chair. Oh, there it is, and up we come. So you'll find that's about a 90-degree bend at the knee joint. You don't want to go much lower than that. Let's hold it down there now. You're really going to work, girls. I want you to hold it into that squat position and we're going to pulse. Now can you feel it? Your quadricep muscle group here in the front of the thighs, your hamstrings, your glutes, the muscles here behind, they're all in a contracted position and working really hard. But do hold it down there for just a little bit. Can you feel it? Can you feel it too? It's a little shake because we're going to do it again. We're talking about how low you should go with your squat. Let's take it down, no more than 90 degrees. Do you know, if you were to go any lower than that, you'd be exerting 7 times your body weight in terms of force into that knee joint. You don't want to do that, so that's plenty. Just little pulses up and down. Doing squats too, because it's so many muscles in the legs, such a large muscle group, requires a lot of oxygen. So therefore, you're burning a lot of calories when you're squatting too. Give your legs a shake. Now those were narrow squats. We can do the same thing, taking our legs out wider. And if you're a long-limbed person, if you're tall, and you girls are quite tall, this is probably a more comfortable squat position for you. Take your knees out wide, down, and pull it up. So it's exactly the same idea. Coming down, no more than 90-degree bend at the knee, pushing your bottom back, and the whole time remembering to keep your chest up, good, and your shoulders back. Because what would happen if you were to slouch forward? Yeah, it's not a good look. A little bit of strain on the lower back if Cherie leans her shoulders forward. So she needs to keep her shoulders back, keep her head up, chest out, and that's the correct way to do your squat. Come on, you know you love it. Hold it low, just pulse. Right. You can put your hands down onto your legs if you think that's going to help. or maybe at home with a chair in front, you can put your hands on the back of the chair just for a little bit of extra support. You've got the burn, haven't you, Julia? Our knees are out over our toes. We wouldn't want them to buckle. What would happen, Cherie? Not good, yeah. So keep those knees out over the toes. If you need to come out, give your legs a stretch, then that's fine. Good, give them a shake. Coming up next, we're going to be doing lunges, so more really intense work for your legs. If you felt the squats, I can guarantee you're going to feel the lunges. Now these are great fun. What I want you to do, start with your legs shoulder width apart. We do need to maintain this sort of a distance between our legs, but then I want you to take one leg back, okay? So first of all, you need to have that distance here, and then you need that space between your front leg and your back leg. Almost as if we were going to slide into the splits, but of course we're not going to do that. All right, now once we're stable in this position, make sure you have your strongest leg at the front first, okay? Because that will enable you to get through a grueling workout on this side, and then we'll switch over. So your strongest leg, be it left or right, to the front first of all. You can put your hands on your hips. If you think balance is going to be a problem, again, maybe with a chair alongside a piece of furniture, put your hand there and balance yourself. Now I want you to gently, slowly take your knee down and lift. So that knee's dropping directly down below the hip. You need to be really careful that as you're coming down, you're not also coming forward. As soon as you do that, you throw this knee too far in front of your foot and that knee joint becomes unstable. We were talking earlier about that force that would be thrust into your knee joint if you were to squat or to lunge incorrectly, 7 times your body weight. And we need to protect our knees. They've got to do a lot of kilometres over an entire lifetime. That's good. So dropping that knee directly underneath. Have you ever wondered why babies have such cute legs? You know, did you know that babies don't actually develop that knee bone until they're more than 2 years of age? That's why they've got such cute little dimpled legs. We have to work at it. That's good. Are you feeling it? Just before I give you a break, could you take it down just like we did with our squats? Could you give me little low pulses? Now, if you start to get a real quiver happening in this supporting leg here, if it really starts to shake, you know that you've done enough and you need to come out of it and shake your legs out. Getting the burn, Cherie? Come on, Julia. 2 more. I think that'll do. Give it a shake. All right, so we've done our strongest leg. Let's do the other leg. Take it forward, other leg back. Remember, you need that distance before you start. Then you take the other leg right back behind. And again, dropping it down, lifting up. And similarly, we talked about squatting and not letting your chest come forward, keeping your body in correct alignment. And that the same applies, of course, when you're doing your lunges, that you keep your chest out, your shoulders back. And I don't know if you could see Cherie or Julia from the side and imagine that they've got a pole running right down from the center of her head, through her spine and out the other end. And she is, in fact, like a horse on the carousel, going up and down that pole. She's not going forward or back. The horse on the carousel doesn't go forward or back, it goes up and down the pole. And that's what I want you to do too. It's time to do those little pulses at the bottom. I know you hate it. And it's really important when you do these, the more it hurts, the more you smile. You see? I think it helps. Alleviates a bit of that pain. So down low, if you get that quiver up, if you get that burn, just come up out of it whenever you're ready and shake your legs. Remember, it's your workout. If you're doing it at home with a girlfriend, a partner, and they're a little bit stronger, a little bit more conditioned than you are, you don't have to keep up with that person beside you. You do your own workout. All right, we're going to do some more lunges, but we're going to alternate our leading leg. So with your hands on your hips, just step one leg forward, drop down, lift halfway up and then push back. So we're getting some real power out of that push. Forward, down, halfway up and push back. Good. You might find doing these ones too that your heart rate comes up a little bit because it is that little bit more explosive. Step forward, down, and push back. You need to step out a long way, Cherie. Don't be frightened to really take a big step and then push it back. Good. Pointed toes too, very nice. Push it back. Great work. Just a couple more of those. Pushing back. And last one. Great. March your legs together. Give them a little bit of a rest. That's nice. Okay, I want you to take it out to the side and I want you to turn your knee out and just squatting down and up. See how by simply turning the knee out to the side, the focus of this exercise has moved into the inner thigh. Can you feel the difference? So we have one foot facing in our regular squat position, the other foot turned out wide, up on the toe, the heel is raised, and squatting out wide. And you really feel that. Ladies say all the time, how can I work my inner thighs? Here you go. Let's change feet. Turn the other one out. Squat it down. Don't come all the way up. Keep your knees soft. We don't want to lock that knee out at the very top. Keep it soft. And I want you to continue doing that one through the break. Don't give up. Keep pulsing, because we'll be back in a moment for a well-deserved stretch. You've worked so hard on your legs. I'm sure you felt the burn. You'll have great legs. But you deserve this stretch. Most important muscle group of all, we've been working our quadricep muscle group. So let's stretch it out. Get your balance first and foremost. I want you to focus on a point in the room. Bring your heel into your bottom and pull it in tight. Pulling your knee back and pressing your hip forward. And you should feel that stretch all the way from the hip flexors through the quadriceps and all the way down. Great. If you feel a little unbalanced, just lean on something that's nearby. Okay, let that go. Give your legs a shake. And let's do the other side. Ready? Pull it up. How's your balance? Focus. Pull the knee back. Press your hip forward and stretching through the quadriceps. Keep going, keep holding that. If you feel a little bit sore in the next day or two, you might find you need to do this particular exercise, this particular stretch, a number of times, maybe before you go to bed, first thing in the morning. Don't be afraid to just do it whenever you just find that you have a spare moment. Good, let it go, give them a shake. Now I want you to cross one leg behind the other. The back leg is straight, the front leg is bent. And the leg that's straight, that same side, take your arm up and over for a stretch through the upper torso, and you're stretching through this hip area. Up and over, hold it there. Let me have a look. Good, reaching up and over, trying to keep your chest open, not fold down in front, keeping everything nice and open. That's good. All right, and over to the other side. Crossing the other leg behind, front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Push the weight through the hip and lift up and over. Don't fold down in front. Keep your chest open to the front. That's good. Nice. You can feel that through Cherie's hip area. Terrific. Okay, give your legs a stretch. Take them out wide, a bit of a shake rather. Hands onto your knees as you bend and slide down and stop yourself about here. Good. Arms are straight. Drop your shoulder and have a look behind you. While you're doing that, you're pushing your knees out nice and wide, stretching through this inner thigh area and just enjoying the view behind. Good. Back to the center and twisting around the other way. Push the knees out really wide. Good. That's great. Come up to the center and roll your body up. Roll your shoulders back. Let's get down onto the ground. Come down with us. sitting on the ground, I want you to take your legs out really wide, pointing your toes, and you might find simply by pushing your body forward with your hands behind your back that you're getting a fantastic stretch through the groin area, through your hamstrings. You may find that you have no need to push forward at all, simply sitting up nice and tall. Let's have a look. Now it's important that you have your toes turned out. You can see the girls have got their toes turned out. What would happen if Julia were to rock her toes in? A lot of pressure on the inside of Julia's knee if she does that. So she needs to keep those feet turned out. Are you comfortable sitting upright like that, Julia? Cherie, for those who are more flexible, Cherie's clearly very flexible. So she can lean a little bit forward, supporting herself with her hands perhaps on the ground in front. Not everybody's going to be able to lean as far as Cherie can. But if you can, that's fantastic. And if in order to feel that stretch adequately through your hamstrings and your groin area, if you need to go down low, then you can do so. And any stage in between. That's great. Okay, can we come around onto our knees? Hands down in front. Just take one leg out to the side. Shift your body weight between your two legs. So we have to come across a little bit. That's good. Pushing your bottom back and dropping forward with your elbows. Good. So your body's in the center, dropping down, and the girls will be feeling that stretch in their inner thigh. I'm sure you're feeling it at home too. Pushing back up onto your hands and tuck that knee in. Let's do the other side. Shuffle across until your body's in the center. Push your bottom back a little, supporting your weight with your hands in front. Good. Can you feel that? Yeah. Creep those hands in. Coming up. We're almost done. Cross one leg at the back, right over the other, and slide back, reaching your arms forward. Good. Hold it as long as you've got time. Creep yourself up. And we just have to quickly do the other side before we're done. So cross it over the other way. We're going to hold this stretch. I want you to hold it a little bit longer. You've done a great leg workout today. You've got hot legs. Thanks for joining us.